You're watching SBoy TV.
All right, who we got in the backdrop right now? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up? It's your girl Aaria. I'm a singer and actress.
Yeah, we got Aaria in the building, man. Congratulations, first off, on all your success. You know what I'm saying? 100K streams, 100K followers. Film coming out. You got a whole lot of 100K stuff going on. So,
Yeah.
so a whole interview, you got to keep it 100. All right?
Okay.
That's the
All right.
that's the number for the
I
day.
don't know any other way.
Hey, we on it then. We on it. All right, so let's start at the beginning. What was life like growing up for you?
Well, I feel like a lot of people don't know. I was born in Brooklyn and raised in Michigan, raised in Detroit. So growing up, I mean, I was brought up in a Christian household. You had to go to church and you had to go to college. So those were two things in my household that were like, you had to do. So it just carried over into my, adulthood. That's how I started singing in church. And then, that carried over into college. I had studied musical theater, and so. Yeah.
I knew it was something about those vocals. So I've been to church my whole life. And it's like, to me, the best singers come out of church.
Listen.
I'll just be real.
For sure, because it's like the runs. You listen to, because Detroit has a lot of gospel greats. The Clark Sisters, the Winans, and, I grew up listening to them sing,
Yep.
Being in church. My family sings on my mom's side, and so, just, taking those runs and everything, studying that and putting it into, R&B.
Yeah, that's real. Now, can we see you make a gospel project one day?
Ooh, you know what? I would for sure do an inspirational project.
I like that.
Inspirational, yeah. I wouldn't say full-fledged gospel, just because I don't know if I see that for myself, but definitely inspirational. Yeah,
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people doing those now too, and I think it reaches more people that way too. And it's like you able to sneak the stuff they need to hear in there.
Crossover, inspirational, because I'm very I do my affirmations. I I'm very encouraging. Just if you know me, I'm a positive person, so I feel like that's very on brand.
Okay. Now, were you always that way? Like coming up in school, take me during your high school years. Was you a fighter? Like, keep it real.
A fighter? Me?
Like,
I look like I could fight.
You said you're from Brooklyn and Detroit. That's a lot fighting to me.
I've only fought one person, and it really wasn't crazy, but
did you win?
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Say it.
But it really wasn't like a full-fledged fight. So, but no, I definitely was not a fighter. Girls would try me, definitely from elementary school and up. But I just never gave into it. I never got jumped. Never, nothing, none of that.
That's good. That's good. Did you have a lot of friends growing up?
It's crazy. A lot of associates, yes. But friends, no. Definitely a small circle, and it's still like that today.
Are you a loner? Do you got siblings?
I have one brother. He's older than me. We're close. But I wouldn't say I'm a loner, but I'm just very selective in, who I allow in my circle.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. That affects you. Yeah, you can't take everybody with you where you going, so,
Yeah, and it's good that you know that now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've known that for a while. Because my parents are like that. They had, a select few people they're close with, and then they're close, them, so.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure that helped your upbringing, too.
For sure.
You probably dodged a lot of stuff that you could have got into just from moving like that, so.
For sure.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so was there any kind of, hardships or, any programs that you kind of went through that kind of made you who you are today?
I would say, do you mean from when I was younger? Just anything that's
Younger, really.
I would say, because I'm in entertainment, it's just been a part of me my whole life. So, like I said, from church, doing plays in church and everything. From then, I knew this is what I was destined to do.
Yeah. That's good.
Right, yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Okay. All right. So take me through the creative journey, because I know you got into modeling, you got into acting, you went to singing. What was the first thing you got into, though?
Very first thing. Well, I will say at 3, my mom took me to audition for Annie. They had like this big audition in Detroit, and I didn't get it. All I did was like cry on the mic because I was 3, But I think from then, like, just that seed, like that was planted from then. Like, I don't know, that's like the first thing. But when I was 10, I did a play that was at the Fisher. And it was a gospel play, and so that from my like remembrance, that was the first time I was like, oh, like I love being on stage. Yeah. So 10 was the age where I really like it clicked for me.
That's dope, man. There's a lot of 10-year-olds listening too, so
yeah.
I'm glad that happened there too, though, because a lot of people look at what young people are doing and thinking it's a phase, they're gonna get over it, but no, all of that shapes who you are. So it's good to see you living it out.
Yeah, and my mom and dad would say, like, I would wake up in the morning at, like, 5 and just, like, make up songs about, like, the day, like, the trees are green, like, something, like that. So, yeah. It's just been a part of me.
That's good. And I can see it all on your page, too, because you got a lot of moments where you just sing. You just sing anywhere, parking garage, a bathroom, like, whatever.
You just got to
just get it out. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. So when did you make your first song?
Okay, I made my first song, I think, at 11.
And you released it? Like,
all right, here's the thing. No. So my family, okay, so little insider, a lot of people don't know. Okay, so because like I said, music's in my family, I've always loved to sing, but I felt at one point, like at 11, I had this like rebellion stage. I was like, I don't want to sing. Like, I just want to be an actress. So like my mom put me in the studio. I recorded this song, and then they wanted me to put it out, and I just wouldn't do it. I was like, I'm not putting this out. No.
Do you know where you could have probably been?
I know. And you know what? Looking back, yes. And, like, yeah. So from, like, 11 to, like, 16, like, I would be in the studio. I would record stuff, but it was, like, kind of, other people were kind of like, Aaria, do this. You're so gifted. But I was like, I like to sing, but I don't want to put this out. And I don't know. I don't know. It was something.
Okay, when did you know for yourself then?
I would say like 16, 17 at that point. Like, because I was deciding, you're ending high school, and like I'm like, what am I about to do? What am I going to study? And yeah, I would say that's when. But I didn't put out music until for myself till like 21, I think. Yeah.
So for 5 more years.
But it's crazy. My brother, he put like this whole like EP on SoundCloud of stuff that I just wouldn't put out because I was like, no. He put it out. He was like, Aaria, you're crazy. Yeah. Like, so he did it. People were tapping into it. I think it's still up there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Would you let us go listen to it though? Is it like?
Yeah, you just gotta find it.
Oh, okay. That's the challenge, y'all. That's the challenge for the day. Yeah, okay, so how did you develop your sound?
How did I develop my sound? Well, like I said, like kind of blending my gospel, my church upbringing, those roots, and I just have a softer tone. So like just mixing those. I am trained as well. Like I said, I studied in college. I had a vocal coach. Shout out to Brandon Smith at Star Factory. Yep. He trained me, I think, when I was 16. And yeah, so just, I don't know, like your tone is something you're born with, but when you train and you study, like I said, the gospel, I've studied Aaliyah, Mariah Carey, you draw from those people. And so.
That's good. You know the mechanics of it. Yeah. So for you, it's probably like, so for me, right, I'm into camera roll, right? So I know the mechanics of it. So when I watch stuff, I see like where things went wrong or could have been better. Is that for you too? When you hear other people sing, you like.
You can, yeah, it's like, oh, but, but a good singer can clean it up and, it's really, yeah.
That's dope. Now, you are bringing, to me, I feel like you're bringing the real R&B back, from the visuals to the outfits to the vocals. Do you feel like, because Detroit is about this rap grittiness, do you feel like you included in the rap scene, or the music scene here? I'm sorry, not the rap scene.
I would say this. People know who I am, but I don't think I'm included as far as like in Detroit. No. At the moment, no. And I think even going back to when I said like I wouldn't put music out, I know I was young, but I felt like my sound was different. And being in Detroit, I was like, I don't want to put this out because I don't know. You know, even at that young age, like I felt like that, and my family could tell you that. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like, you know, I'm on people's radar. They know who I am. I get, you know, some recognition in some places, but I feel like definitely Detroit's just so rap heavy.
Yes.
So
it's definitely rap heavy. And then the singers that we do have, I feel like we try to just throw them on hooks.
That's so like, true. Yeah.
We don't got to just keep hooking vocals like this. Like they can make a whole song, a real song.
Because Detroit has like, you know, I love our rappers, but we have so much more. There's, you know, even the EDM scene, like there's just a lot. Like there's a lot here.
Yeah. So do you ever get discouraged, or is this motivation for you? Like, what does that do for you?
Definitely not discouraged anymore. In the past, yes, but I would say motivated to just, you know, keep going and keep pressing to make my name known. Yeah. So
it's coming.
Oh, for sure.
It's coming.
For sure.
Trust me.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Heard it here first.
Now, the new record that you recently got out, Love Me.
Yes.
Talk to me about creating that masterpiece, I'm going to call it.
Oh,
that's a really, like, fire record. So, talk to me about creating that. What went into that?
Ooh, so, you know what? I created that actually in January of 2024. So, a year ago. Well, over a year ago. And then I just sat with it. It was just the hook. So the can you love me, touch me, feel.
Don't stop. Keep going. Keep feel me.
Oh, you got
it. Come on.
So just that part, you know, I was like, I heard something to that track, because sometimes I'll just bring a track in and I may just lay a hook and then just, you know, sleep on it. So that sat for a while, but then I'm like, you know, some things in time you'll come back to it and you're like, okay, so I think it was the end of last year. I'm like, I want to put this out like around Valentine's Day. And so I did. I wrote the rest of it. And yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. You know, yeah.
Now, were you surprised with the success of the record?
Because
it's been a year since you dropped the last single. So is it like, you know what I'm saying? Was you like surprised?
Yeah, low key, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I know some people are tapping in, but, you know, for sure, I think, but it just encouraged me to keep going, like to be more consistent this year, drop more. Yeah. Because people are listening, you know, people want to hear good music. So. Yeah,
especially music in that type of topic, in that type of pocket. So I think we do see a lot of love bashing things on the internet. Right. So for you to bring that energy, I thought it was really needed and a really good on timing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you worked with artists like YFN Lucci, Dream Doll. Are there any other artists we can expect to see you work with?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll say yes. What you want, like names?
I mean, do we gotta wait for the surprise? Like,
yeah, y'all can wait. Y'all can wait. You know, definitely got some collabs coming. Though.
Okay,
I got some collabs coming.
Do you like collabing?
I do. Yeah, it depends on the artist, but yeah.
I feel you. I'm glad you kept it real though. We keeping it 100 today.
It depends on the artist. I would, you know what? I would love to collab with more Detroit.
I was just about to get to that.
Yeah, like I haven't collabed with a Detroit rapper yet. Male or female. So I
think it's time. I think it's time, especially if you can get a female one too. Cause
I think that would be more kind of powerful than
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll hit. I think. Look, we talking, we kicking it.
Look, we speaking some things.
So as you create the music, I know you have your acting career still going on as well.
Yes.
Is it hard to balance?
Well, not to mention, I'm also a mom.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that next.
Okay. All right, I'll pause. I wouldn't say it's hard to balance. I just have to, I know what I'm showing up for. You know, when I'm going on set, I'm wearing this hat, and then when I'm in the studio or performing, it's
Are you two different people under them hats? Like, Aaria in the studio is like she bossy over here, but over here she's like are you two different people?
I would definitely say yes because on set, it depends on who I'm portraying, what character I'm portraying. So yeah, okay. But when I show up to set, I'm still, Aaria. I'm still, I'm easy to work with. Happy to be there. But yeah, once I get in character, that's a different person, whatever that looks like.
Have you ever played a character that's mean? Because you seem really nice. So it's like, have you ever played like a mean character?
I'm nice, but don't try me.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so you got that in you. Okay.
I definitely got that in me. But yeah, I have something coming up soon that you guys will see. It's kind of a smaller role, but it's definitely I get to use a little.
Oh. Don't point it over here. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. I'm interested to see that. Yeah, I gotta see that. Okay. Well,
I want to do more of that though.
When is that coming out?
Actually next month.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a new film you've been promoting.
So, no.
Okay.
But it's a second film, so it's an additional film that'll be also out in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you going crazy in May?
Look, I'm about to keep going crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, a lot of people don't know, but you took a risk and bet on yourself with your acting career and moved all the way to Hong Kong, right?
Yes. Oh my God. So many people don't know that about me.
Talk to me about that experience, because that sounds very scary. That's a brave thing to do.
How did you know that?
Hey man, we got our little research.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, so like I said, I studied musical theater. I have my BFA, and so when I was living in New York for college, you're kind of exposed to, Broadway and just different opportunities. So I auditioned for Disney, and I landed the role of Princess Tiana for a show called Mickey and the Wondrous Book in Hong Kong. And I did that for 6 months. I could have done a longer contract, but I was ready to come back to the States. But that was amazing.
What did you miss about the States?
Just, I think, because I wanted to explore more opportunities. But I think at most I would have done a year. But I have some friends, they stayed, they're still there. Yeah. They stayed longer. But it was a blessing. The money was good. Shout out to Disney. And, it was just awesome. I did 5 shows a week. And yeah.
Man, and it's like a dream for a kid. Like, a kid's dream is to be on Disney, period. Yeah. So for you to be so young, being on that type of platform, was it hard to stay humble? Because I'd have started flexing.
Ooh, nah, I mean, I think when you're living in something, it's just like, I was just in it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, I posted and, different things. But I think more so I was just living it, and I was focused on, doing what I was there to do. So
that's good.
It's a huge blessing though. That was one of my my first kind of major gig out of college.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. All right. So I do got your new film down here too that's about to come out about your character Simone.
Yes.
Right. So
Jonesing.
Can you share the name of the film, and then also talk to me about your character? What can we expect?
Yes. So Jonesing, it is like a modern day Love Jones. Have you seen Love Jones?
Am I being interviewed or you?
You know what? You're right. Well, everybody knows the film Love Jones. It's a classic, a 90s classic. So it's a modern day Love Jones, and it's just a love story. It follows me, Simone, as I navigate college. My parents divorced, who they're like this famous couple, power couple, and I'm navigating, dealing with them, they're divorced, and it shatters, my world. And so I just, dealing with that, as well as just personal issues, that, a young woman goes through. Yeah. And, it's a beautiful love story and romantic comedy with some drama in there too.
Sounds right on point for the record too.
Yes.
So that's going to be good.
So you might, if you see it, you got to come to the premiere.
Give us the dates.
May 17th. At 5 p.m. is the red carpet, and it's at MJR in Troy. So,
cool. Heard it here first.
Yes.
All right. Let's do that. All right. So you've been doing your thing for a while, locally, nationally as well. So what has the game taught you?
great question. I would say relationships go a long way, and how you treat people, matters the most. Because honestly, a lot of things that I'm kind of like walking into now, or that I've walked into recently, have been because of relationships where people, if your name is good, people like, hey, if somebody says, hey, do you know this a girl that can do this, blah, 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 and they, pick up the phone, call me, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, God's just been connecting the dots, but a lot of things have been from relationships.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So I know a part of your journey, a big piece was your parents, and how invested they were in your career.
Yes.
You being a mom, are you the same way? Are you invested?
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to balance. I'm in a space where, because I'm still young and I'm still, trying to become a household name in entertainment. So pursuing my passion while also pouring into my son, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's probably like one of the biggest challenges for me right now. Just, trying to balance that. But, I'm making it happen. My son already, he sings.
Mm-hmm.
He beatboxes. So, music is, I already know.
Yeah.
He's a music kid, but I put him in soccer. So just, just trying to expose him to a lot of things so that he, has choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, do you bring him to a lot of your different things that you got going on so you can see a lot of that?
Yeah, so I posted, he was at my first premiere, in Philadelphia. He was on the red carpet with me, and he took my award and, thought it was his.
Yeah.
I'm okay, of course. But yeah, and I'll bring him to studio sessions with me, because my mom did the same for my brother and I. We were called studio babies, literally, when she was writing and recording. So yeah, I bring him with me. Sometimes I need my mommy time. I need my, my Aaria lock-in time. But I haven't brought him on set, though.
Okay.
Yet.
So that'd be something new. Probably got to pick the right day.
Or if he's, getting into acting, which I do, I want him to at some point, then, that'll be a time to introduce that.
Yeah, that'd be good, too. But I ain't gonna lie, being on set, you be there for a very long time.
And when he's around me, it's just like, he wants all my attention, you know what I'm saying? Which rightfully so, but yeah.
Right.
That is different.
Okay.
Studio, I could, yeah.
Okay, so since your family is definitely wholeheartedly into the music too, can we see a family project one day?
Ooh, I know they would love this question. You know what? We have recorded music together. That we have some stuff in the archives, but I think that would be cool. I think that would, because my brother, he sings, produces, engineers all my sessions. But my mom, singer songwriter. So I think us coming back together, that would be cool.
Yes. And put your son on the intro. Let him talk a little bit.
No, he would sing.
Yeah. That'd be fire.
Yes, that actually is a great idea. Yeah.
We ain't seen that in nobody yet.
You're
you know what I'm saying?
So
let's
just now. Yeah, it's time to do some different stuff. I think that would be cool.
Okay, cool. So I know you're coming up heavy right now. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I knew you were going to ask me that question.
There you go.
5 years from now, I see myself as a household name in entertainment, and as a singer and actress. I see myself touring, and I see a Grammy.
Pop it.
I see a Grammy.
I see Love Me as a Grammy. I'm just keeping it real.
Really?
I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, man.
Dang, the people love. Okay, I appreciate that.
It's there.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And sometimes, like how you said, right relationships, right connections, it just get to the right people. They just got to hear it. Once they hear it, it's up.
It's up. Yeah,
they just got to hear it.
No, for sure.
So even in that, because you're creating some really good pieces, right? I always say the most uncomfortable part is having to accept that, the work is good, but it got to get out to the people some way. Yeah. So accepting the reality that, especially right now, people want to know about your personality. They want to know all your business. They want to know all your business.
I'm actually so private.
They want to know everything, right?
I'm so private.
And then it's like you got to do so much just to get a listen. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just a lot of people aren't just searching for just good music anymore. They just want to just
right.
get the drama trail
Yeah.
storyline to just feed them. So does that discourage you, or is that something that's like, all right, let me turn my acting skills on and start getting into this drama? I started seeing you do some skits. I see the little skits you did. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it doesn't discourage me because, it doesn't discourage me, but just like the creativity aspect, like thinking like, okay, what can I do to, make this pop more? Like what, just kind of coming up with different ideas, new things, content-wise to keep, to stay in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't discourage me. It takes thought and effort for sure.
Real thought,
for
real
sure.
effort. Okay.
For sure.
So what's some advice you would give to a young girl that's aspiring to be just like you?
I would say know that it's not easy, but, write out exactly what you want to do and, do it.
Straight up.
If that was good advice.
No, you look. The good advice part was write it out first.
Yes, write it out. Let me tell you, because it's some things I wrote on my vision board in January that have already come to pass, and it's something about that pen to paper, like writing it out is crucial. So
there it is. I'm sure you still write your music too. Like, are you freestyling?
I actually do.
You punching in? Yep.
You know what? It depends, but. Primarily, I do like to write it out. I write or I'll do notes in my phone.
Yep.
Like, notes are my best friend.
There you go.
Like, because you can just backspace, correct
redo it, undo.
Right.
Put it back in your pocket, bring it back out. With
it's
all
there.
that.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel you on that. Okay, so what can we expect from you for the rest of this year?
You can expect, I have Jonesing will be in theaters, in AMC theaters nationwide in June. So in like 300 cities. So that definitely a few more films releasing, maybe some TV shows, and definitely I would say an EP.
Okay.
I said that before, but I mean it this time.
Cool. We holding you to that.
EP, yes.
Because we want to see more consistency.
Yes,
with
more
the music,
visuals.
more visuals, consistency with you know what I'm saying, and we got to see you on that Little Caesars Arena stage.
Oh.
We claiming it right now.
Hey,
all these big shows going on, y'all keep overlooking. I'm confused.
Look, I'm gonna just stay consistent because that's something that
I'm gonna say it for you.
I hadn't been,
right,
so I'll
respect.
say that. Respect. So now I'm in a space. I'm gonna stay consistent, and it'll happen.
Yeah,
it'll happen for sure.
We ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So just keep pushing that constant content out, and you're gonna be good money.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? All right. So lastly, before you go, let the people know where they can follow you at, so they can stay connected with you.
Yes, you can follow me at AARIA SINGS. That's Aaria Sings on all social media.